What happened was...
Hey friends, it's so nice to see you. It's today, the time is now. You are here and the weather is outside your window.
Today's guest is an extraordinary international artist who possesses one of the most exquisite operatic voices on the planet Earth. Please welcome Grammy Award winner and star of Madama Butterfly at Dallas Opera February 18th through 26th, Latonia Moore.
Hello.
Hey,
How are you?
I am good. I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. It's good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you too. I'm here in, sweet old beautiful weather, New York.
Yeah.
Getting it going. It's actually nice. You know what I mean? It's
It's
a
a nice
little bit
day
chilly,
today.
but it's been nice.
Yeah, I was just outside.
Yeah.
It was bitter cold last week, and now it's like pretty okay.
Yeah, schizo springtime. That this is that weird part of winter. You just never know what you're gonna get.
Right.
Especially in Dallas, as it turns out, that's the craziest weather.
Right. Well, and you're from Texas originally.
I am. I'm from Houston. And I have to say, when I was a little girl, I don't remember it ever getting really, really cold. But
Yeah.
as I got older, I think the year that I actually left Houston and moved to Dallas, it snowed. For the first time in my life, it snowed. And this was like early 1997.
Wow.
And I remember I was just like, I can't believe it. All these years I wondered what a white Christmas would be like. Boom. There it is in Houston. It was kind of unbelievable, but then I went to Dallas and that's where I really discovered what snow can really be like. I was like, wow, it snows here. In fact, my first week of school at University of North Texas was canceled because of, one snowstorm. Because
Wow.
they know how to handle it.
No,
they're like, what's
of course not.
happening?
They don't have salt trucks and plows on standby for such things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I grew up in Florida, so I don't know snow, until I went to college, and it was a rude awakening.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, God, especially being from Florida, because it's one thing to be from Houston, because like I said, I don't remember it being very cold, but it would get chilly, it would get cold.
Yeah.
Not so much Florida. What part of Florida are you from?
So a little bit north of Tampa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. It can get down a little bit. A nice 58 degrees at some point, maybe.
Sure. Maybe once a year there's a frost and we worry about the oranges, and then it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's different. But wow. Well, I have to tell you, I think I've told you this before, but the first time I ever saw you perform was in Philadelphia. You were at AVA and doing a concert in Rittenhouse Square. And I was just walking through. I was a kid, in college, and I was there rehearsing a project, and I heard the singing, and it was you. And I made my way towards the stage and was just blown away. And it's been so cool to watch your meteoric rise ever since then, and just to see all the incredible things you've done. I'll just never
thank you.
Hearing you from afar and walking towards the sound of your voice.
Well, thank you. That's so sweet. But I'll say this: I'd hardly call my career meteoric in any way. You asked me, it was a slow moving thing, like not moving. I have been blessed and I've had a great career, but I tell you, I really had to wait. I had to do a lot of covering. At the very beginning, I had lots of other odd jobs. And just when I felt like a door was opening, another one would shut. For me, my career has been like slow and steady wins the race. I'm the turtle.
That's not a
Okay.
bad thing, though.
Because and then let me tell you, you know, I was so extremely excited to finally win a Grammy last year. Okay. And the reason why it's so significant for me is I was at the Grammys 25 years before I won it. I was on the stage actually at the Grammys. And the person that I was standing next to, I was a part of a Grammy choir because I was a jazz singer in high school.
Wow.
And they had chosen me, one of 16 young singers from across the country, to go and be in this Grammy choir, record a CD, perform with Santana. It was amazing. I'm crazy. I mean, so good.
Yeah.
So I'm standing there on the stage there in LA. And I turned to the person standing next to me and I said, I'm going to win one day. Okay. Years go by. I'd done recordings. I recorded with Deutsche Grammophon, Mahler Second. I was like, is this it? No. You know, I recorded Macbeth. I recorded The Ordering of Moses and James Conless. And so all of these random things started popping up as far as recordings. And I was like, this one? And I was like, no. This one? No. This one? Years and years and years and years went by. And I actually never gave up hope. Like something in me was just that little 17-year-old going,
Yeah.
It's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. This is the time, it's gonna happen. And so Porgy got nominated and I was just like, this could be it. But I said it every single time. So inside I was just like, okay, of course this is not gonna happen because, you know, that's your inner saboteur. It's always something in there that's telling you it's not gonna happen because after 25 years, why would it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So almost to the date, 25 years later, I won. And when I got the Grammy in my hand, I mean, I realized what my whole career and everything has been about. Perseverance,
Wow.
having absolute unwavering faith that it's going to happen. Maybe it won't happen exactly like you think it will. No, I did not get a Grammy a la my Mariah Carey style for my third album. No, that's not how it happened. Sure. I mean, in my mind, that's what was going to happen, you know, but it didn't happen that way. Yeah. But it happened. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, I want to sing in this specific house, this certain house. I'm waiting for them to hire me. Okay. Maybe it's been umpteen years and I still haven't been hired there. But dagnammit, I'm going to sing in Vienna. I mean, I just decided it's going to happen. I've been wanting it since forever and I still haven't. But I'm going to believe that it happens and continue to believe that it will. And it probably is going to happen just because I'm undaunted by failure. Yet I'm met with, you know, failure, different points at every turn, you know what I mean? It's just, But if you just keep going, no matter what it is you do, you keep going, you'll feel fulfilled because you'll be doing what you want to do, right? You're going toward the goals, you know what I mean? Like, you know, any events that happen, it's all progress. Even if it seems like a failure, it's progress, right? Yeah. Because you're just like, man, even after a failure, I picked myself back up. Unreal. I can't believe it. I'm proud of myself.
Yes.
This is one thing that I'm a huge advocate of. And it's people stop being like so self-deprecating or falsely modest, you know, things like that. I'm just like, I'm sorry. If you know that you are the deal, it's okay for you to believe that you're the deal and to say you are. You know why? Because if you wasn't the deal, you wouldn't be here, would you? Right. So we already know you the deal. Be proud of it. Yeah. Let us know. Because if I tell you I'm the deal and everybody's watching, I'm just like, you know, I got it together. I really got it going on. You know, it's gonna make somebody else. It's contagious. They'll feel it too, and they'll be like, dang, you know what? She's right. I kind of got it going on. Yeah. You know what I mean? No matter what it is, you know, someone's chosen field or whatever they feel like is not going to happen, or, you know, they don't feel confident about X, Y, or Z. Whenever you see somebody else doing it, it is and should be contagious, right? Yeah. Because it all feeds into always getting the energy you need to accomplish what it is you want. Streamlining with unwavering faith, you know, knowing that you can make it happen just like that. You know what I mean? Yes. And I'm sorry, sometimes just like that is going to take 25 years, okay? Yeah. But what else would I do in life? I mean, because the truth is, let's say I never won a Grammy ever. Right. I would not go and be on my deathbed on the last day. I wouldn't be there sad about the fact that I never won a Grammy. I would probably be like super impressed with the fact that I still probably believed, even in that bed, I was gonna get one.
Yeah. And you might.
That's how you live. And
Yeah.
exact posthumous, right? And that's the way to live, man.
Yeah.
Like the most amazing thing about being, a living being like we are, right, is just faith. I mean, because what is it, right? You can't really touch it. You don't know what it is. Hope and faith and things like that. It's just such a powerful energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So and being hopeful for something, don't ever be afraid of disappointment. You know what I mean? Because it's a likelihood no matter what, right? At some point you're going to be disappointed. This is not going to work out, X, Y, and Z. Just keep using it, like I said, like sort of take those failures, take the disappointments, whatever, and be like, okay, I was rocking it. Okay, and it didn't work out, but I rocked it to the end. And so how can I do better?
Absolutely.
I mean, I spent so much of my life, being down in the dumps about what I didn't have, and what didn't go right, harping on all the negative things. Oh, I got a bad review one time in 2007. and it would creep back in my head like 5 years later. And I'm just like,
yep.
Why am I thinking about something that in the grand scheme of things was just a little speck?
Yeah.
And the other thing is sort of, you have to think about it this way. This person cared enough to review me, okay? They put me in the review, and it was for a role. I remember this review. It was for a role that wasn't very big. You know what I mean? It was like a small sort of thing, and he mentioned me anyway, and he didn't like it. But I was just like, but he remembered me, right?
Yeah.
Like he remembered I was there. I went up and did something. Like he could have skipped over me entirely, because you know how reviewers are, they shady, and they will skip.
They will.
But I mean, yeah, you know what I mean? Like every little bit that happens is a part of a big journey, you know what I mean? Like, but you got to take those little bits with a grain of salt and just, give them the most positive energy and spin you can in life. Because good Lord, I mean, this is all you get, I mean, and the only way to live life to the fullest is to go ahead and accept everything as something that, even if you don't like it, might be necessary. And it's just something that you can stack on top of, but keep going up. Yeah.
Yeah. Because
I know, I don't know how this turned into this like inspirational like talk.
I'm here for it. Thank you.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
No,
like I just think because I'm talking to a fellow artist right now who can relate. I know that your path was not cut and dry and easy. No. Of course it wasn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How could you be? You know, but now look at you, Grammy nominee.
Hey, thanks.
So proud, so proud. Congratulations. You won a Grammy before?
No, but I'm ready.
Let's get this Grammy. I'm hoping for it for you. No offense to the other operas that are nominated. So if they rock it, good on them.
Listen, what a group of people to be nominated in that category. And
I know.
I'm so proud to be in that group. And also, I think it truly represents the industry and the way artists are steering the industry and taking responsibility for the future of the art form. And I think that's really crucial right now, especially after we've been dark for 2 years, right? Because we haven't really been. We've been doing things, and we sure
have been doing things. And I mean, and I will maintain that the reason why we are still standing, I'd love to say that it's just that someone had a great idea and, we're really keeping it all innovative. But don't forget, man, I mean, it takes a shit ton of courage as a singer to pick back up.
Yes.
After you've been, with seemingly just erased, like your whole career is just at a standstill. Yeah. You know what I mean? But for any of us to pick back up, or for any of the people that never stop singing, you know what I mean? Like that is major in my book.
Oh yeah.
Because for some people it was very hard, and some of them chose to stop singing. I respect their decision. Absolutely. Because the truth is, just because a career like this stops doesn't mean your life does, do it? No. You know what I mean? Where you gonna get the food? Right. Who's gonna pay their bills? Right. You know what I mean? You have to do what you have to do. So I get it. And I also really applaud the people that were able to push through, man, because look at what's happened, and in our form, we thought would just be permanently damaged. Now there is a permanent dent. We can't deny that.
open.
But I mean, so what? We driving around with a dent. That's fine. We got the dent. Car's
Yeah.
still working, and we believe that it's still working. We didn't let one dent in our car prevent us from entering the car shop, right?
Right.
You know, because why would you? Okay, you've got a flaw. You know, does your car still drive? You know, does your voice still work? Can you, for the people who did come up with the ideas to do operas on a racetrack, in a parking garage, you know, old school
Zoom.
movie drive-ins,
Everywhere.
badass. I mean, absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, this pumped me up so hard during the pandemic to see things like that happening.
Yeah.
To see people, the young singers who are in school still, okay, and they see everything stop. They're like, what?
Yeah.
My future is nothing now. You know what I mean? Like, it was terrible. But what happened? People started saying, okay, social media, this is it. This is our outlet now. I'm going to post everything. I'm posting my singing. I'm posting my dancing. I'm posting me singing with myself and a guitar with 4 screens.
Yeah.
I'm doing, you know, whatever it takes. Like, because, and let me tell you, as an opera singer, I have in the past had a very antiquated attitude as far as moving forward, like mixing it with pop, doing newer opera, putting on social media, updating. And I was a fuddy-duddy before. But then I realized, I'm just like, Latonia, there's a reason why this art form has been around for centuries.
Yeah.
And it's not because it stayed exactly the same.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If we don't grow, if we don't keep it going, then the art form will die. See, the reason why Maria Callas is famous is because of me and because of you. And because of all of those people who still worship what she was, right?
Yeah.
And we take that fire with us, and it's our job to make it grow.
Mm-hmm.
Not try to imitate, not try to keep the fire at the same place, make it bigger. You know what I mean? And we do that from past inspiration. And the future of opera, all the young singers wouldn't even know about Maria Callas if it wasn't for us, right?
Right.
And the future past that, 100 years from now, they would never know Latonia Moore if it's not for the ones after me, right? The ones that carried on my name, you know? So we must keep going, you know what I mean? Because that's what opera has always done. So yeah, okay, pandemic, you know, you try to kill us, you know, it's not gonna happen. We're like ants, we're like roaches, artists.
Yeah.
You know we are, honey. We can survive on barely any money.
That's for sure.
And a dream. You know what I mean?
And a dream.
Roaches come in, they're like, we ain't got nothing. We're gonna go find it. And you know they will.
Yeah.
And they will persevere. We roaches, okay? Maybe there's not as many of us. Maybe we're outnumbered when it comes to, like, you know, people and roaches and everything. But we keep going. And that's how it is for an artist. And that's how it is for an opera singer. You know, keep moving forward. Don't get your sedity titty noses in the air and say, this is not traditional. Well, when Tibaldi did it. Okay, Tibaldi did it. Go on, get out of here. You know what I mean? Let's keep rocking. Do you want to hear Tosca or not?
Yes. Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, let's go. We're still alive. Let's keep rocking. Like, I mean, I just, you know, I'm just so big in life about supporting people, you know, moving forward positively, and just don't ever be stagnant. You know, I hate to use like something like this, but if it don't bring you joy, you know, you should get rid of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Absolutely.
if, like, for instance, if you're in a job that you're making really, really great money, it's amazing, but you'd rather be doing something else because that's what brings you the happiness. That's your fire, it's your passion. Go do the other thing that doesn't pay as much money.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes there are people, they've been amazing opera singers that I know of that are incredible, but their heart is in a completely different career.
Sure.
You know, and sometimes I do tell them, I'm just like, go do it.
Yeah.
So what, you won't make as much money?
And there's no
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You keep putting your energy toward that thing you want to do, the money will come. It'll be enough. Like, you know, choose the thing you should be doing. You know what I mean? For all of those people that are scared to be who they are. I don't know who I am and what I identify as. I'm just a normal this and that, but you know inside you're not. Stop all that. Just go ahead and do it. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of promise it'll be fine. You know what I mean? Like, how could it not be if you're doing exactly what it is you want?
Right.
I mean, who can combat an energy like that if you decided I'm doing this and I'm putting all my passion in it? That's nothing can slice an energy like that, honey.
No.
But something can slice right through an energy that's just like, I'm doing this job because I get benefits.
Sure.
You know, it's sliced right through.
Right.
You know, because you know that you're doing it for the wrong reasons. You're not doing it because your insides are in it. You're doing just because of the stuff outside. And
like
in the end, the very end of your life, you'll think, wow, I wish I would have been a pilot.
Oh.
Wow, I wish I actually would have been a nurse. I should have done it. Wow, I wish I would have been an opera singer. I just wish I would have tried it. Nobody wants to be there in the end wishing that they had done something different. So just y'all, for those listening, do it now. Okay.
Yes.
I can jump off my box now.
No, stay on the box forever. I needed that desperately. And yeah, that fortitude, that grace, and that perseverance and determination. And really, you have to be your own best friend in this industry. So knowing that you're good, as you said, knowing you're the deal, that's okay, you know? And
yeah.
not being
I've been
humble,
inspired by, you know, and even people younger than me, you know, I've been learning from them. And sometimes it surprises people. They're like, why are you even like listening to what she's saying about? Why'd you ask this girl's advice? She's 24 years old. I'm like, she's a soprano like I am. And I love the way she flipped in her passaggio, and I'd like to flip mine like that. So I just want to learn. I don't care if she's 24.
You're amazing.
Like she's a thing. To me, it's an equal level thing. I did a master class at the end of last year for the Met, for the Lindemann Young Artist Program.
Yeah.
Oh my God, time of my life I had, you know what I mean? And when the master class was over, all the singers appreciated how I treated them like an equal, because they are equals.
They are.
We may be at different levels of the career, but we're in the exact same career. So as much as I was sitting there being the master, you know, and teaching them,
sure,
we're both opera singers. We all opera singers.
Yeah.
Regardless of level, this is what we do. So if you're going to have a student and you're teaching them your craft, you have to respect them to a certain degree. I mean, well, yeah, you have to treat them like they're on the same level. They may be a student, but they're an artist just like you. Talk to them like they're artists.
Yes.
Don't talk to them like they're below you in any way, because nobody wants to learn in that atmosphere. You know, when a person wants to, the best teachers, I feel like even in grade school, if you're teaching young children, are teachers that talk to a child like they care. The ones who slow down and speak kind of like they do. Because you do that, it makes a child feel like, you respect me.
Right.
Okay, maybe they don't know how to say that at age 4 or 5. I mean, my son just turned 5, you know, but he likes when I talk to him like he talks to me. And that I repeat the words he says just the way he did, because I'm listening. Yeah. I care. You matter. Wow. Even if they don't know how to voice it, it grows them up into, you know, a proper person, into one that's feeling confident and good about things, and one that knows what it's like to have respect and when you're not getting it. Because, you know, sometimes people will disrespect you, you know, and I would hope that my son grows up to be the sort of person that if he is being disrespected, he'll call it and say, okay, stop, hold on, we start over.
Yeah. I'm
Julian, nice to meet you. Now let's talk, you know, as people like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the proper way to be with people, is to always see that you can relate to them in some way. You know what I mean? Because they'll be more receptive to anything it is you have to say. You know what I mean? Right. Just another little tidbit, you know, of things that I most certainly wasn't always this way. You know what I mean? It took years of growing and getting to know myself, and also raising children and seeing how young humans think, the way they operate, and how brilliant, you know, young, like very, very young humans are, you know, because they think in a very simple way, because they haven't been conditioned yet to think in another way.
Right.
You know, so everything is cut and dry. You know, one funny thing that happened during the pandemic is I was about to get on an interview thing, like talking to a bunch of young students. And my daughter, who at the time was 5, she wanted to know like how she could sing, like just, you know, regular pattern on the staff. That's all she wanted to do, right? So I said, okay, well, let me explain it to you. And I take out my magic marker on the balcony window and I start drawing a staff and a treble clef. And she's like, okay. So she goes, dee, 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 and runs out of breath. Okay. And she tries it again. I said, come on, you can take a breath. She's like, dee, 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 dee. And she didn't make it. She drops down to the floor and start doing push-ups. Okay. You know, she didn't get it from me. I'm not the push-up type, y'all, just in case you wonder. It's not my thing, right? So I said, what are you doing? She was like, I'm trying to make my stomach strong so I can do the thing. And I was like, what? So her instinct was like, let me strengthen my support so that I can have the air and I can really support without running out. And I'm like, wow. It blew my brain back. I thought my wig was gonna fly off. I was just like, this is brilliant. So what did I do? I get down and I do 2 push-ups. I almost had a heart attack, but aside from that, like I was like, oh, something popped. You know, it was so funny. I remember telling my friend about it. He was like, yeah, those are muscles. You know, it's just muscles. You're just not used to using those, are you? And I'm like, but I mean, it was amazing that this is what she thought to do. She also taught me how to swim, by the way, months before that, because she learned very, very early. She was a really good swimmer by like 18 months old. Wow. She walked at 9.5 months. Oh my goodness. So I've always been terrible and terrified at swimming. And she took me in the swimming pool and I was just like, I just don't want to. And she was like, hold my hand. She said, we're in the water. So you're not that big, mama. I was like, but out of the water? She said, we're in the water. Come on. You know, she's like, come on. So she's holding my hands and then she takes me underwater and I start freaking out. So she gets my body out, you know what I mean? Push me to the side. She's like, it's okay. She said, why you go so crazy? You know, she was just like, oh my God, don't go crazy in the water. And I was like, it's true. My problem is that I automatically panic. Wow. Even in the shallow end, it was a mental issue. And I've always known that. But when you're called out by a 5-year-old, you kind of start, you know, recognizing that, okay, maybe there's something to this. If a person that thinks so simply, remember young people, right? Them young humans. Yeah. Just think so simply and basic about things. I mean, you know, thousands of dollars of therapy, you know, they haven't been able to tell me that it's just anxiety and me actually listen to that as the real anecdote, right? Right. Instead, I wait for a 5-year-old to tell me. And it worked. I'm not nearly as terrified, or at least I don't panic immediately anymore. Wait a little bit, panic later.
Was that something you experienced ever on stage, or was stage kind of always a safe place for you?
Well, you know, stage was a safe place for me until I started to get further along in my career and I started to feel real pressure. Oh. And at first, I couldn't deal with the pressure. You know, it was hard. I mean, I made such a crazy Met debut, like jumping on for somebody else and like
title role.
And after that, everything just took off and I wasn't mentally prepared for it. Wow. I just wasn't. I was just like, man, this is a lot of pressure. I'm like, because now not am I only doing AIDA everywhere. They expect me to be as good as I was every time.
Right. Well,
like
let's unpack that. You made your Met debut on stage singing the title role in AIDA for
in 2012,
a worldwide broadcast, right? So
yes, yeah. I was covering.
So there you are, and there's video, so everyone sees it. And so how can you not be compared to that? And
yeah, I mean, it was wow, man, I couldn't even believe it happened. It really was a crazy situation getting to go on because I was covering Violetta Romana, an amazing mezzo soprano who was singing soprano at the time, singing Aida. Yeah. But she's stunning. I mean, wow. And she canceled the last 2 shows. Wow. So she canceled a 6th show and I was her cover and they didn't